So I woke up this morning. Actually, I went to bed last night and it was raining out. It was thunderstorms were coming through, and so I was trying to decide whether I wanted to sleep in the hammock or not. But I'd already put the tarp up and decided that I'm going to go ahead and chance it, see what happens. And so about 9 o'clock, I got in the hammock. It was raining, and I stayed fairly dry. And about 12 o'clock, I woke up, and that urge to go pee in the woods, it hit me. And so the rain had pretty much stopped, and so I decided, let's give it a shot. And so I looked outside the hammock and realized that my hammock had slipped. And so I was sitting on the ground, practically about 8 inches off the ground. My butt was actually laying on my boot. I put my boots up under my hammocks to keep them dry. So the hammock started slipping in the middle of the night, and I decided, do I want to get back in the hammock, or do I want to get in this shelter here where my friend Mark over there is putting his stuff together. So I had to determine whether I wanted to get back in the hammock and risk slipping some more through the night, or just get in the shelter and stay dry. And so eventually I ended up just rolling up my bedroll and jumping into the shelter and abandoned the hammock for the night. It didn't work as well as I hoped it would. And so let me show you how I got it set up. So basically I have these straps here, and they I don't know if you can see that, they strap onto the tree right there, and there's another strap. And this is the one that was slipping right here, and so I tried to put it up a little bit, and I thought about, I don't know, the water was falling off right here on this connection, so it was slipping. And I don't know if I need to try something else or not, but it didn't work for me too well. So we're going to try it again, probably sometime sooner or later, but I got to figure out how to keep my hammock from slipping. And hey, if you know, you can write in the comment section, hey man, you're an idiot. This is how you keep your hammock from slipping. But and two, if you can tell, these are tarps, and they're just old blue Walmart tarps, Coleman tarp. This one right here, the Coleman tarp, it worked really well, but this cheap one over here that I also had in my pack, it's very porous, and so it started to kind of get the hammock wet because the rain was coming through on it. But I didn't get wet through the night. The time that I stayed in it, I didn't get wet. I actually stayed pretty dry, but the hammock itself started to get kind of damp. That didn't bother me none. As long as I was staying dry, I didn't really care. But really the biggest problem for me was the slipping. When it started slipping and I was literally inches off the ground, I realized, I've only been in here for 3 hours and it's slipping. I don't want to stay in it the rest of the night, because it might actually slip and I'll be sleeping on the ground by the time the morning gets here, and that's not cool. So anyway, that's what I did. Also, if you notice these logs here, I tied off the tarps to this log, and then there's another log. I tied this one to this tree right there, and I tied that log off for this tarp over here, so you can see. And they're pretty short tarps. They didn't. After you get in the hammock and the hammock sinks down a little bit, it comes out about to the edge where the tarps are. So, but like I said, for the most part, it stayed dry. That was not the biggest issue. The biggest issue was the slipping. And so, when I figure out what to do about the slipping, then I might be more successful in sleeping in a tarp. But until then, thanks for watching, and probably next time you see me, we'll be walking down the trail. But it's been a great night. Like I said, it rained on us, but it's not too cold. I think it's in the 40s, and it's really nice. It's not too bad. It's quiet. We're by a brook right there. That's where we got our water, and it makes the wonderful water noise. So it was actually a really good night. And after I got into the shelter, the biggest concern about sleeping on shelter for me is sleeping on the ground. Is my back hurting, and I slept pretty good last night. It didn't bother my back any. My hips started to hurt just a hair, but other than that, not that big. So our biggest concern today, walking back, we got about around 6 miles, or actually 7 or 8 miles to walk. Biggest concern today was because of all the rain. Now the trails are muddy, and we have a lot of water sources to be crossing, so it's going to be an interesting walk trying to get back. So see you on the trail.